Thank you very much, sir. Now I'll invite Mr. Manoj Pant, who is going to speak about how these end devices can help us in the field of M-learning. In fact, he has worked for a long time with Vodafone as the CTO, deploying their network, and currently he is working with JK Foundation on how these tools can be used for training large number of people. He has already warned me he's going to take 12 to 15 minutes because he's going to show an interactive video which will be run by his students in Kanpur. Over to you, Mr. Pant.
We've tried to do a lot of things to make sure that things which are supposed to work does work, that the net other things don't come in the way. So this is a true test of a lot of effort. Let us see if it works. I thought, let me, you heard orange brand, which is a color. I thought my Shunk brand, which is an audiophile, would count as something innovative. So I start my session, I run Shunk Incorporated. Shunk, as you know, is the primordial means of wireless communication from time immemorial. The first way that people talked about or communicated wirelessly was the Shunk, and that's where I come from. So that's all the pitch for Shunk. What I'm going to do, I've heard all the questions that you've asked the panel to come up upon, which is a lot of deliberations, plans, problems, etc., which can be done. What I thought would be very interesting after having taken you across of what are the things about devices and why you should be choosing certain devices, was to show you what I'm doing today. For the last 18 months, I have trained high school dropouts in Kanpur. In 3 months, I trained fitters, welders, electricians. 160 of them are placed in the street, and they are now getting placed in 6 weeks' time. I turn out soldier craftsmen from this place. I use a lot of ICT. I run it from Bombay. I am in Bombay, and I run this operation. I know exactly what's happening where, etc. And because of my network system, which I will try to showcase, which is why it will take a little time, of how I've used, the idea is, if I can do it, you can do it. More than that, think of me as an ecosystem enabler. If you have need, desire, passion, etc., and you're stuck what to do or how to do, I'll be very happy to help you, provide you now an even bigger educational ecosystem, actually under the aegis of Dr. Pant, who is my mentor and guide. So my idea is to show you this part of the ICT play, the final mile, the last frontier where it should work, is how you can do with your devices and how the world is changing. And if you don't get used to the new world which is going to come with the 4G which is coming away, and anyway what you have 2G, with sub 5,000 devices and tablets, your life, the way you live, work, operate, everything is going to change. And education is just one of the most awesome places where there is no question that India should be the world's leader in education training for the world. Because once we can do it in the 18 languages of India, which Mr. Google anyway helps you do because all the transliterate, tomorrow copy and paste the word. So I am coming from that side, how I have used technology. I am using technology all the time to run a scalable operation where I have a quality control, where there's a fear of God, fear of God. They don't know where I will come in, from which IP address, what I will see. I've got 160 IP cameras running. They don't know where it's coming from. I'm not sitting and watching. It's all on the DVR. They know I can pull back. If I find a class is going, I hear the class and I barge and sitting from here from my mobile. I run the class there. So I go right above. Skype, Webex, this web conference is available. But actually, if you understand the nitty-gritty of the common sense part of it, you can actually run this operation using what you have, with your laptop, with the net connection you have. You can use all of this. It's not the time to learn Word, PowerPoint and Excel. It's the time to learn first PC applications, then make applications as the way forward to make education very engaging, fun and easy to use through these very fascinating devices which we have and through the net which is surrounding us all over. That was my introduction. Let me start off. I've tried to do something which is let me start off with a clip. Audio. Start off with a clip. What's happening when you tested it out? Now everybody is disappointed when I said it's not working. Somebody's going to look for somebody else?
Yeah. Audio.
It's not working. The audio thing is not working. I'm right from the mic. It's not working. Sounds familiar? Yes. Ichak dana, bichak dana, dane upar dana, ichak dana. Can you see the students sitting there? Under the tree, they are being taught and they are sitting with a chalk and a slate. And this is how education started in the tree, using what was available then, using what was available. Anytime education has to be delivered, you use what is available. And here is when... Yeah, slate. So slate, cut, upar, aap padhate the. This is what you're doing, which is the way to do it. And come where we are now. And when we come now, when we come now, what I do, we start giving out these devices to the children. 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees, 8,000 rupees, 16,000 rupees, 32,000 rupees, 40,000. What you want, what you need, just hand it out. And what is difference in the devices? These are smartphones. These are smart devices. And what makes a mobile smart? When it is connected to the internet, it's smart. Otherwise, phones, like everything else, work on an operating system like in a Windows machine. And different phones have different mobile operating systems. And what I'm going to very quickly cover, I'm only pointing out some. Next time when you go to buy, ask these intelligent questions to whoever is trying to sell it. I will tell you how the answers are configured. You know what to buy. There is no one size fits all in devices. And these are not phones, these are devices. These are handheld devices. Depending upon form factor. This is a form factor is best because ear to mouth ratio is the best. Otherwise, it's very small. This is a business phone. This is a BlackBerry business phone. It's got keys. I can't operate soft ones. I run keys. So I run keys. And I can type very fast on this. But when I do this, it goes so small I can carry it. So size matters. Form factor. Great form factor, even better. It may look big, but ear to mouth is absolutely perfect. You stand away from the sound, from the wind, and you carry out great thing. Later on, you can connect on a Bluetooth with it. Your device, your mobile moves from this thing to one device from which you're going to do everything. Instantly also talk. Okay. Since I had to follow what has been given in the thing, I didn't say M&E learning. Top of the mind thoughts, because at the end of the last 5 minutes is where I'm going to play the recording of all the things I've done. I'm going to not try to set up a live recording and find the audio, water, planning, internet, nothing works. Reaching quality and relevant education to remotest corners of the country, still using across the digitally divided. Since it's fashionable to use at a lot of point, but still is digitally divided. Leveraging mobile technologies and devices. OLPC, you heard OLPC for a long time. One laptop per child. Where did it go? They made a lot of good stuff, maybe ahead of its time. But where did it go? Today it is one laptop per child. It is OTPC, one device per child. Number of mobile subs connected for unique active users more than 600 million today and rising. Mobile number, if you look at the total number as reported, are more than 850 million. But we all know that a lot of people have multiple SIMs, you cut out everything. There are more than 600 million active users, and I'm talking from the VLR, the HLR, the network part where you can figure out how many active. So we have 600 million actually usable devices which are there. You have 600 million people you have to train by 2030, 40, whatever. How else are you going to do it? But if you are not going to leverage what you have today, which is the mobile and the net and get the rest of the content. Already reaches more than 50% of the population. What is important, like always, is content. To develop teaching, relevant teaching, now called self-learning content. It moves. Another word I learned from Dr. Pant is autodidactism. We have to encourage children to have the curiosity, the ability to ask questions, to be excited and passionate about things, to be able to tell them where to find the answers. I passed IIT only because I knew where I had to find the answers. Nothing else, not because I knew the subject. I survived because of that. So, the whole learning part, the teaching has to change to learning. How do you measure learning? These are various parameters which come in the pedagogy scale. So, developing content in local languages developed an easy to use, engaging YouTube format. If I had my program on repairing the DG engine as interesting as KBC or any other thing delivered by a local hero in the local language, the take-up and the interest in the thing will be entirely different. And I think that is the one key way. Record what is the most analog of your interactions, which is the speaking and the visual. If you can capture it digitally, ab initio, right from the start, which all these enables you to do, after that is zeros and ones, you can do anything. So this is very, very good learning. Across many form factors of devices, form factor is here to very basically, how does it feel in the hand, how does it, what is the weight, etc., etc. Connected on or available for internet, 80% of populated digital country. More than, I have been in this space for 16 years, I started up with Vodafone and other brands. I've done substantial rollouts in the country, and I know that more than 80%, that's the license condition actually, more than 80% of the populated areas of the country will have more than 3, maybe 4, in some places 12 internet providers. BC Rai will confirm. Earliest champions from the mobile space, he set up Escotel. He had done it 15 years ago. He had set up the cafes, but it was far ahead, as always, was far ahead of its time. But we have not leveraged the power of that. We think it is not there. We think it is very difficult. If somebody says net, internet, oh, then they start looking for B.Tech computer engineering and say, can you fix my internet? But, you know, how do you make your life? It's like water. How do you get used to water? Once you get used to water, power, etc., it's like one of the things which, again, to follow a very favorite expression of mine, the only prayer you will do in the morning is, oh Lord, give me today my daily net. And that has happened, is happening. Next.
Sir, 11 minutes are over.
11 minutes are over, 6 more. This is what I, my rule is only scrap. I get scrap, I give them designs, I say make from this, so I don't buy raw materials, very expensive. I've got thousands of tons of scrap in Kanpur, and I convert scrap into products. So these are the various files which is going. This is, anybody can talk at any time. Full functions of WebEx are available. This content is available to people. This is only one of the 8 different forms of web interaction with full audio video from your mobile as well as your laptop or whatever is available is what I have been using for the last 2 years, and I'm very happy to share any further, any questions you have at any time. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pant. I'm sure this has been recorded and it will be uploaded on YouTube tonight.